Guys, it's Amanda, and welcome to the Mental Metamorphosis Challenge, which is 3 days of us going over how to make a game plan going forward and live the life that you've always wanted. And I know it sounds like cringy and like, like everyone says this, Amanda, like, why is this different? Right. But I have just made a book, which is called the Fitness, Mindfulness, Everything Journal. I don't know if the blur is going to make me, yeah, let me show it. So I just made this book and it's called the Everything Journal for the Enthusiastic Mind. And we're pretty much going to go over the big takeaways from this journal. You don't need the actual journal. I would recommend getting it just because I like to there's so much stuff that I'm not even going to be able to cover in these 3 days. But it's good to have a reference point of like when you're feeling lost, when you're feeling confused, of just like there's so much stuff to do. I'm not living the way that I want to. I'm lost, right? You don't have to come back and like try to find me and schedule stuff with me, right? You can just go to this journal, all the stuff that we've already talked about, and you can like redo it from square one if you wanted to. Okay. So I'm going to open this up just to show you real quick of what we're going to be going over for these 3 days. So like I said, we're going to be using, where is it? Oh, there it is. No, wait, that's not it. Show all windows. There it is. Bam. Okay. So like I said, we're going to be using this everything journal. I'm not going to go over all of it right now, just because I want to talk about what we're doing for these 3 days. So for the first 3 days, we're going to be talking about not only who you are personality wise, but also who you are motivation wise and how to recognize your stress triggers in order to check yourself when things are going wrong. Okay. So for example, for me, I'm a very like enthusiastic, adventurous person. I know that my stress trigger is if I all of a sudden am becoming a perfectionistic. Like I was getting really stressed when I was first releasing this book. Everything needed to be perfect, like the colors. Like, what if it was this shade versus this shade? Okay, what if I worded it this way versus that way? What if I did different like I was getting so in the weeds of the details that I was stressing myself. But that to me is that's how I know that I am getting stressed and I just need to take a step back and take a breath. Okay. So we're going to be able to recognize what your stress triggers are, what your motivations are, and then how to use those in order to put them into these 6 areas of alignment, which I'm going to talk about incessantly. Like you're probably going to get a little bit like tired of hearing them, but it's fitness, finance, faith, family, networking, and a mindset. All of those areas are the areas of your life that influence your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions, right? And all three of those things are how you dictate where you are in life, right? So by focusing on these areas of alignment, making sure that we're working on every area every day, right? So even if it's just mindset, right, is like waking up 10 minutes early to make sure you can like have enough time to clear your head, get a cup of coffee before the kids wake up, right? That could be your mindset thing. Finance thing, it could be make sure to go to work today, right? Or, put $10 away for savings. Don't go out and buy coffee, make your coffee at home, right? It could be little things, but these are the 1% things that you're working on every single day in order to get you towards that goal of, you know, being a millionaire or going on a family vacation or reaching like that true happiness of when you get everything that you want, right? You're able to get that job promotion, you get that house, you get your dream car or you go on that vacation. You don't get these things and then still feel like there's something missing, right? Like that's the worst. Like you work really hard, you dedicate yourself onto your goals, like you get those you get the 6 pack finally and you're eating organic and you're meditating every morning, but there's still something missing, right? Um there's also another focus of there's only 3 things in the entire world that people want, and it's health, wealth, and love, right? All 3 of those things need to be satisfied in order for you to fulfill your purpose in life. And if they're not filled, then that's how people stray and get stressed and feel like that, like I said, like that hole in your chest, right? Like you can become a millionaire, right? But if you get there and you've neglected the other areas of your alignment, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to feel fulfilled when you get there, right? Money is awesome, but it's not like the reason to live, right? There's other reasons to live other than, making money, right? So these 3 days, we're going to talk about how to observe who you are right now, how to motivate yourself, how to recognize when your stresses, when your stresses are showing themselves, and then, hey, they are showing themselves. How do we reach back to making ourselves the best that we can be, right? How do we get more into that growth phase? Once we do that, we're going to make a game plan of moving forward of, okay, if finance is our number one goal, how do we take our finance goal and tie it in with our faith goal, our networking goal, our mindset goal? How do we tie all of these 6 areas of alignment together and then elevate our lives to that next level? It's not one raises and the other ones have to suffer, right? Being in that work-life balance idea, that is how we get into this phase of all of a sudden we're like drinking every night because we're so stressed, or we can't fall asleep because we have to take pills in order to like actually fall asleep to calm ourselves down, right? Like that's not a really good, healthy lifestyle choice to be working into, right? But it just, we don't choose to do it, it just kind of happens, right? Because we're not paying attention to it. So being able to focus on what we want, tying those goals together instead of having 6 things to do added onto your to-do list every day, maybe it's like 1 or 2 and you're already doing them, right? You just got to be a little bit more mindful of how you're doing it and why. Um, and then the last part of this whole thing is going to be making a plan for how do we make those items actionable into the future. So not just what can we do right now today in order to make sure that we're hitting our goal, is how do we make that a SMART goal going into the future and making sure that we course correct our ship before we get too far off course, right? Like if you have all the motivation, all the like enthusiasm in order to get to your goal, but you're like full speed running in the wrong direction, like you're might as well just be staying in place, right? So these 3 days are going to be like absolutely paramount to what your goals are, no matter what they are. Like if your goal is to, number one is I want to just have a family, cool. Like let's build that goal, right? If your number one goal is, you know what, I really want to go on that, European vacation, cool. We can make a goal for that, right? But all of these will tie into the other areas of alignment and then make sure that we're doing this successfully together. All right. Well, I hope to see you then. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Bye, guys.